Now, of course, people ask me all the time. They say to me, what is the secret to success? The first rule is trust yourself. And what I mean by that is so many young people are getting so much advice from their parents and from the teachers and from everyone. But what is most important is that you have to dig deep down and ask yourselves, who do you want to be? Not what, but who. And I'm talking about not what your parents and teachers want you to be, but you. I'm talking about figuring out for yourselves what makes you happy, no matter how crazy it may sound to the people. So rule number one is, of course, trust yourself no matter how and what anyone else thinks. And of course, rule number two is break the rules. We have so many rules in life about everything. I say break the rules, not the law, but break the rules. It is impossible to be a maverick or a true original if you're too well behaved and don't want to break the rules. You have to think outside the box. That's what I believe. After all, what is the point of being on this earth if all you want to do is be liked by everyone and avoid trouble? The only way that I ever got any place was by breaking some of the rules. Which of course brings me to rule number three. Don't be afraid to fail. Anything I've ever attempted, I was always willing to fail. You can't always win, but don't be afraid of making decisions. You can't be paralyzed by fear of failure, or you will never push yourself. You keep pushing because you believe in yourself and in your vision. And you know that it is the right thing to do, and success will come. So don't be afraid to fail. Which brings me to rule number four, which is don't listen to the naysayers. I mean, how many times have you heard that you can't do this, and you can't do that, and it has never been done before? As a matter of fact, I love it when someone says that no one has ever done this before, because then when I do it, that means that I'm the first one that has done it. So pay no attention to the people that say it can't be done. And that brings me to rule number five, which is the most important rule of all. Work your butt off. You never want to fail because you didn't work hard enough. I never wanted to lose a competition or lose an election because I didn't work hard enough. I always believed leaving no stone unturned. Muhammad Ali, one of my great heroes, had a great line in the 70s when he was asked, how many sit-ups do you do? He said, I don't count my sit-ups. I only start counting when it starts hurting. When I feel pain, that's when I start counting, because that's when it really counts. That's what makes you a champion. That's the way it is with everything. No pain, no gain. So many of those lessons that I apply in life, I have learned from sports, let me tell you, and especially that one. And let me tell you, it is important to have fun in life, of course, but when you're out there partying, horsing around, someone out there at the same time is working hard. Someone is getting smarter and someone is winning. Just remember that. Now, if you want to coast through life, don't pay any attention to any of those rules. But if you want to win, there's absolutely no way around hard work. None of my rules, by the way, of success will work unless you do. I've always figured out that there's 24 hours a day. You sleep 6 hours, and you have 18 hours left. Now, I know there's some of you out there now and says, well, wait a minute, I sleep 8 hours or 9 hours. Well, then just sleep faster, I would recommend. Just remember, you can't climb the ladder of success with your hands in a pocket. And that takes me to rule number 6. Whatever path that you take in your lives, you must always find time to give something back. Something back to your community, give something back to your state or to your country. So let me tell you, as you prepare to go off into the world, remember those 6 rules. Trust yourself, break some rules, don't be afraid to fail, ignore the naysayers, work like hell, and give something back.
You don't become great by getting everything handed to you. No, that's not a reality. What happened, it's always ugly, and to be honest, it's what makes you you. So embrace it. Embrace the hard times in your life because they won't last. Embrace what you have right now in your life because it could be gone tomorrow. And that's the reality. That's the reality that we don't live in a society is that we say, oh, it's going to be around forever. I got enough time in the world, but the reality is that you don't have enough time. Your phone's on some kind of percentage that you don't know when it's going to turn off and shut down forever. That's your life. You could be on your deathbed tomorrow, and there's not enough people out here preaching this message saying, live your life to the fullest. Take risks. Make the commitment. Push yourself past your boundaries. No, they don't want you doing that. They want you in your 9-to-5 job where you hate your life and you're miserable. Why? Because it benefits them. And that's the sad reality, is that you spend paycheck to paycheck without ever, you're not willing to risk your happiness for a year towards a goal that you know you believe in. I believe in suicide prevention. I didn't always believe in it, but I believe in it now. And I volunteer my time on the phones, talking to people on the work. And just feeling like you're going nowhere. Waking up every day knowing that today you gotta fail in this life, because I have the dedication just to constantly make mistakes. And I do it in my relationships, and I do it in my businesses, and I do it in my life, and I learn from my mistakes. That's the difference, is that I don't keep making the same ones. And the people that get to hang around me, and the people that know that Addison's gonna mess up, he's not gonna be perfect, but he's gonna keep swinging, he's gonna keep going up to bat, and the people in the crowds are gonna keep yelling at him, booing him, and just saying that he's the worst person in the world. It's gonna happen. I know it because I live it.